This is the face of the deadliest three-point shooter in NCAA history. Well, okay, he looked a little more like this, and his name was Fletcher Magee. From the 2015-16 to 2018-19 seasons in college hoops, no team could seem to stop his offensive output from outside the arc. However, this future record-holding three-point shooter started from unknown beginnings. During high school, Fletcher attended the First Academy in Orlando, Florida, where sophomore season in 2014, he was already putting up impressive numbers in 23 games. 14 points per game on 45% from the field, more importantly, 42% from three, which earned him an all-district selection. Junior year, he took a huge step, now averaging 20 points per game and improved to 44% behind the arc. This year, he led his team to the regional 3A finals, but lost by 4 points. After his junior year, Fletcher started receiving offers, and by July, he had 9. Mainly just schools on the eastern part of the country, though. Belmont, App State, Dartmouth, College of Charleston, FIU, UCF, Western Kentucky, Kansas State, and lastly, Wofford. In September of 2014, he committed to play for the Wofford Terriers. Going into senior season, Magee was looked as a top player in Florida's 3A region, and he sort of proved it. He led his team to the state 3A semifinals, this time around though, losing by 8. This word semifinal would haunt Fletcher for some years to come. Coming out of high school to Wofford College, Fletcher was a whopping 0 stars, despite being a 6'4" shooting guard who had a solid resume. Freshman year at Wofford for the 15-16 season saw Fletcher become a full-time starter after their 11th game of the season, where I think that was the better decision, as Wofford were sitting at a bad 3-8. Granted, non-conference was definitely worse than playing their conference opponents. Wofford finished the regular season at 15-16, with the team sitting at a 4 seed in the conference tourney, ultimately losing out in double OT first round. Magee himself freshman year averaged 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist per game. But more importantly to this video, he shot a crazy 47.9% from 3, making 2.8 a game for 91 total this season. He led the Southern Conference in percentage made and ranked 3rd in the entire NCAA in percentage made. This performance freshman year earned him Southern Conference Freshman of the Year, Southern Conference All-Freshman Team, and 3rd Team All-Southern Conference. Sophomore season in 16-17 was his first season as a full-time starter at 33 minutes a game. Magee obviously improved with this new role on the team, now up to 18.6 points per game, with 3 rebounds and 2 assists per game. 3-point percentage went down, but this was to be expected as he attempted 2 more threes a game. This season was also the first time Fletcher led the conference in threes made and threes attempted, with 112 makes on 265 attempts. As for the team, Wofford finished again 15-16 in the regular season, earning the 5 seed in the conference tourney. This year, the team beat 4 seed Chattanooga, then losing in the semifinals against 1 seed UNC Greensboro by 4. Award-wise for Fletcher was less than freshman year in terms of total accomplishments. However, making first team All-Southern Conference surpassed prior year's list, I'd reckon. Year 3 for 17-18 was, dare I say, Magee's breakout season, and where he began to get noticed around the nation. Once again, he averaged 33 minutes a game, and he finally broke the 20-point per game threshold, ending up averaging 22.1 this season. To go along with his scoring average going up, made three-pointers went up to 148 mades on 43.9%, which both stats led the Southern Conference. Not only led the Southern Conference, Magee also led the nation with his 148 threes made. His name was also becoming bigger as in December, Fletcher led the team to wins over ACC opponents Georgia Tech and a number 5 ranked North Carolina, getting 36 and 27 points respectively. February of the season 2, Fletcher dropped what would be his college career high of 45 points, shooting 11 for 19 from 3 that night. All of this drew the accolades of first team All-Southern Conference, being a finalist for the Jerry West Award, the nation's best shooting guard, and also being a finalist for the Lou Henson Award, nation's top mid-major player. So yeah, he was on the national radar now. 17-18 was also Magee's first time leading the Terriers to a winning record at the end of the regular season at 20-11. Wofford ended as the 5 seed in conference, but blew out Mercer first round 73-53. And once again, another semifinals matchup against 1 seed UNC Greensboro, and again, losing by just 1 point. Heartbreaking, especially since Magee had 2 game-winning shot attempts within the final 10 seconds, and the team had 3 in total, but just none of them dropped in. Senior year in 18-19 was Magee's last season of college ball, and it became the biggest year in program history. Not only did Fletcher score 20 points per game again this season, but he once again led the nation and made three-pointers with 158 on 41.9% behind the arc. His individual performance won him the Southern Conference Player of the Year award, the previously mentioned Lou Henson Award, and was named first team All-Southern Conference. As for the team, by the date of December 20th, just after losing to ranked Mississippi State, Wofford were sitting at a respectable 9-4 record. Then, the streak happened. This streak consisted of 17 straight wins for the Terriers, finishing the regular season 26-4 and becoming ranked in the top 25 for the first time ever in program history. Magee in this span of games averaged 23, shooting 47% from 3. This obviously got Wofford the 1 seed in the conference tournament, and where they easily won the Southern Conference title, beating their opponents by an average of 16 a game. Winning the conference tourney meant that Wofford got into March Madness, and where they were slotted at an impressive 7 seed against 10 seed Seton Hall. By halftime, the Terriers were up 40-30. More importantly though, Fletcher Magee was tied with the total career made threes at 504. Wofford's very first basket after halftime? Well, I'll let you listen.
Up by Powell, shot clock at 5. Jumper on the way, Magee, there's the record! Fletcher Magee!
This game ended with an easy 84-68 Wofford win. Magee finished with 24 points and now stood at 509 career threes. It also became the first time in Wofford program history they won 30 games in a season. Wofford's second round game of March Madness was against powerhouse Kentucky, and where there appeared to be an upset brewing, as Wofford were only down 2 going into halftime. Even within the final minute, the Terriers still made this a 2-point game. However, Kentucky scored 4 straight, winning the game 62-56. This game should have really been an upset though, but our man of the video, Fletcher Magee, had his worst night ever on probably his biggest stage ever. Fletcher went 0 for 12 from 3 in his final game of his storied college career, and it just hurts to have seen his career finish like that. His final career stats in 4 years at Wofford were 18.8 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 1.8 assists per game, shooting 45% from the field, and 43% from 3, starting 123 games. That 43% from 3 also ranks him 43rd all-time in career 3-point percentage. His career total of threes made stands at 509, as I mentioned, placed him first all-time in Division I basketball history. Now I know what some of you might say, but Connor, this guy's not the all-time 3-point made leader for the NCAA. There's actually 3 other guys in front of him. Sure, technically, you're correct. However, all of those guys played 5 seasons of college basketball, while my guy Fletcher did this in just 4. So that's why to me, he's the record holder for career 3-pointers made. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and hitting the bell notifications. Thank you.